Everyone. Welcome to Michelle's Mystic Corner. I'm Michelle, and today on Michelle's Mystic Corner, we are going to talk about gratitude. Um, the subject is really good because we are in the month of November, which is Thanksgiving, and gratitude rolls right along with Thanksgiving, right? So I do have Dax with me. We're going to bring him on in just a little bit. He's just hiding out in the wings for a few minutes. um, but I just wanted to talk a little bit about gratitude first. So I wanted to talk about what gratitude is. So we know that gratitude is a feeling, right? Normally, but we also know that gratitude is so much more than a feeling. And so I pulled out some definitions of gratitude and I wanted to share those with you guys. So the Oxford Dictionary, right? It says that gratitude is the quality of being thankful, readiness to show appreciation for and to return kindness. Okay. And then from Forbes, it says it's an act of feeling and communicating appreciation for people, circumstances, and material possessions in our lives. And then from Sanson and Sanson, they said it is an act of recognizing and acknowledging the good things that happen, resulting in a state of appreciation. And so one of the first things I noticed was there is a couple of words in those definitions: act and return. And so act is a part of the word action. And so gratitude is an action. It is not just a feeling, as it says here. So gratitude it's a call to action. It is an action, if you allow it, that'll benefit your life. Okay. And this is where that phrase, the practice of gratitude, comes in. And so a lot of people, they don't even know what that means. How do you practice gratitude? Well, practicing gratitude is an action. And so we can all feel grateful, and that's fantastic. You never want to not feel grateful, right? Because that is allowing us to feel the beauty of what one has done for us or what the universe has done for us, right? And that allows us to grow. But there is a spiritual principle that shows us that if we focus on what we have to be grateful for, then we are asking for and allowing the universe to give us more of that. Okay. And so it's also allowing us to connect to our inner selves, connecting to the divine, becoming more aware of even the little blessings that we didn't even know. We take them for granted on a daily basis. But when you start becoming aware of those, it just enlightens you. Okay. And it gives you spiritual growth, emotional health, believe it or not, which in turn can help with some physical health. Okay. So, why? How? Well, we've discussed some of the whys. So, here are some of the hows. How do you express thankfulness? You can tell someone, hey, thank you. You can write a letter, you can open doors for people. Those are some of the little things. I like to do a gratitude journal, but I'm not faithful. I don't do every day. But one of my secrets to my gratitude journal is that I don't always write down when I'm grateful, because I can be grateful and still take for granted what I'm grateful for. when I'm mad, I like to write down in my journal, ugh, I am so mad at so and so. They did this, and it really made me mad. But they also did this, and that was really nice because I did this and this wasn't so nice. And so when you start journaling your feelings when you're mad, you start seeing where the other person may have been trying to help, and it pulls out some of that more appreciation for the other person. And so that's just one grateful journal tip that I use, is to journal when you're mad, you're upset, because then you can really start analyzing that a little bit deeper. So that's just some of my little tricks. You can plant a tree for Mother Nature, Mother Earth, telling her thank you. And there are just so many different ways. And so I'm just going to say, this Thanksgiving, when you are sitting down at dinner, just think of those extra things that you are grateful for. Somebody that held the door open for you and you don't know who they are, and you can't be more grateful to them because you don't know them, but you can pay it forward. And that is also a practice of being grateful. And so it's the law of gratitude, which is the law of attraction. And so there's a lot with the gratitude. So gratitude is a Latin word. Wait, gratitude is a word that comes from the Latin word gratis, which means thankful and pleasing. So it does come right along with the Thanksgiving month. So that's my take on gratitude. And now I'm going to bring Dax on.
Hi,
Hi.
happy Psychic Saturday here on
Yes.
Michelle's Mystic Corner. Does everybody got their coffee?
I'm
Well,
waiting on mine.
you believe I
It's,
still have an AOL cup?
oh my gosh.
America Online. Remember that?
Wow.
Remember that was the thing? That was the bomb. There
Yes.
was nothing
Yes.
else. There was no
Yes,
Google.
it was.
Yeah. By the way, Dan's already admitted it in the chat. That would be me making her mad. And, I thought that right away. It's like, oh, yeah, I see you doing your journal right now. It's like, that Dan, he
Yeah,
did
that would be
this.
him. Yep. Or one of the kids, but
Wow, you really covered it, pretty good. And hey, this is a special, we have the gratitude during the Thanksgiving season and then Thanksgiving. But this is a special one because this is when you're going to go and meet with your family. A lot of them, which you don't agree with them politically. So the challenge is find out, okay, in this moment, what am I grateful for? So there's
Right.
there's the company, there's getting to be with your family. Maybe you don't see your family all the time. Maybe it was a special trip. The food, of course, the football game,
Yep.
whatever it is, try to focus on those things and not on, Uncle Harry that's going off on who. And yeah. Oh
uh,
my gosh. Yes.
right. Oh my goodness.
That that's hilarious. That's hilarious. But like everything you said is perspective and
It
aware.
really is.
Yeah. So when I like your idea of writing, because normally we say don't dwell on or focus on the negative. But if you write it into your journal as a prompt for examining the whole situation, that like, okay, I'm mad at Dan. Let's start there because obviously that's what's really going on. I'm mad at the hubby, but let's see, what did he do really positive today and I'm grateful for? Well, he, took care of the kids and he made me coffee and he got me my slippers and he did this and he did that. And, you know, and
Yeah,
use it as a prompt to look at the other side. Whenever we label anything, and that's the big thing, we always label things when there really isn't a positive and a negative. There's really only the one coin. It just has two sides to it, right?
exactly.
So if we're labeling something, we're looking at one side and we're not looking at the other side. There's no such thing. Like scientists will tell you that when particles arise out of the quantum field, and that's what makes matter, they always arise in positive and negative charges. There's
Yep,
always a
yep.
positive and a negative. So if you're labeling something as negative, you're not paying attention to all the positive going on. And it works the other way. If you're all excited and labeling something super positive, you're not looking at the downside. And that's the power of
Exactly.
journaling. That's the power of journaling and taking out your tarot cards and
Mm-hmm.
and pulling cards and seeing what comes up. So you write in your journal, man, I am super pissed at Dan. And and yes, we are going to keep using that example. Uh and you pull some cards. Oh, okay, why am I pissed at Dan? I mean, you may know the thing he supposedly did, but there might be an underlying uh additional subconscious thing going on. So
Exactly.
pull some cards on that, and it's like, well, what can I be grateful for? And pull some cards. And what's a positive action I can take? And pull some cards. That's the power of tarot. Is it's not just predicting the future, it's allowing you to do like self life coaching.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And of
Yep.
course, the other big thing is what you said about the law of attraction aspect. Whatever we focus on, we draw in. Whatever we give energy to expands.
Yep.
Okay.
It's so true.
Yeah. So anytime you are in a rut or you're focused on the negative, write down on a piece of paper, draw a line down the middle, and on the left side, write down everything you can think of that's negative about that or that's going through your mind. And then on the opposite side of the paper, try to find the opposite of that thing and write it down over here. Okay. And then that would be how you want things to be. And then you focus on that. But also look for the gratitude.
Yes.
What's when you're missing something, upset, feeling the lack, thinking, the universe has it out for me because, all these bad things keep happening. Um, you have to, it's kind of like you have to take, um, shoot, what's the word I'm trying to think of? Accountability for that.
Yeah.
you, you,
Yeah.
because if things keep happening and you keep focusing on that and it keeps happening and keeps happening, well, who's the person focusing on all the negative? It's not the universe. It's
Nope.
you. The universe just responds. The universe doesn't have a agenda. There's, it's not looking at what you're doing and saying, how can I make it worse for Michelle? How can I make it better for Michelle?
Right.
It's just, what is Michelle focusing on and attracting in, so the key is to find the opposite or how you want things to be. Now, a lot
Right.
of people have trouble with that though. They can't tell you what they want. And that's the biggest problem. They can't tell you how, it's like, they can't maybe express it or put it into words, things like
Mm-hmm.
that. That's why you do the journaling. That's why you write the list with the negatives and the positives on it. But the place that can always start you out is the gratitude. If you can't figure out, what it is you want to attract in specifically and get crystal clear about that yet, start off with the gratitude. Okay,
Yes.
what can I be grateful for in this moment? And just start focusing on that and let that kind of set you up for then expressing how you would like more of that, and
Right.
and maybe at a greater amplitude. So what is the next higher step from that, and then you can focus on that positive thing in order to attract it in. Yep.
Yep.
So gratitude is really powerful. It's one of the fuels for
It
manifest.
it really is.
Mm-hmm. And we just take things for granted.
We do.
Yeah.
We really do.
Look, it's like my life sucks. I just lost my job. My car broke down. The wife left me and took the kids. This happened, that happened. I don't know what, there's like a myriad of negative things. Um, but then we take for granted and don't even pay attention to the fact that, well, first of all, if you are watching and listening to us right now, you either have a computer, an iPad, a smartphone, some kind of technology connected to the internet. You're able to access the internet. You're able to access this show and information and things like that. You probably live somewhere and have a roof over your head. You probably have hot and cold running water. Do you know how many people on the planet don't have hot and cold running water or a toilet?
Hmm.
Yeah, they still use the outhouse, folks. There's a whole dog out there,
Yeah.
uh food, having food, having water, a refrigerator, so you don't have to go out and get fresh food every day because
Right.
you have no place to store it. Instead, you can shop once a week or once every 2 weeks and put it in the freezer in the fridge, right? You probably 90 to 95% of you out there have a vehicle or access to transportation.
Exactly. Yeah.
Over half the world, maybe 2/3 of the world, don't have that.
It's very true.
Yeah, and if you live in Tucson, Arizona, we pray and are thankful every day that our electricity's on and therefore our AC is running.
Right. Like
you know
in our little town, it may seem like, oh yeah, you can walk across town. It ain't gonna hurt you any. Okay. Across town takes a while to get to. We have one vehicle with 8 people. It's hard, you know?
Mhm. Yeah,
We are thankful for our one vehicle.
and that's the thing, you can become aware of these things that you're taking for granted, and what it starts to do. Okay, so you are weighed down with all of these negative things that you perceive as negative anyway.
Yeah.
Well, all you have to do is start becoming aware and paying attention to all those things you can be grateful for, and guess what, it starts to balance things out, and then it doesn't look quite as bad. And then you can say, no, I have resources. I have friends. I probably have a job or some kind of income. I can probably increase that income. I could probably get a side hustle. I could probably start a YouTube channel. I could sell affiliate products. I don't even have to make my own products. That's the beauty of things nowadays. You don't even have to have your own physical or digital products. You can go out and become an affiliate selling digital products or uh, SaaS, SaaS, service. I can't remember. What does SaaS stand for again?
I
Now my
don't
mind,
remember.
now my mind just blanked. Now I got to look it up on the internet. What the heck? the SaaS meaning here. Software as a service. Software as a
Okay.
So basically you find, yeah, I knew what it was, but I didn't know what the acronym broke down to anymore, because I'm so used to just saying SaaS, and everybody in my circle that I work with technology, they know what that is. I know what that is, but I forgot what the acronym meant. But it's basically, there are all those platforms out there that provide a function for business, and you can go and be an affiliate and sell that software, and it's paying a subscription instead of, in the old days we used to have programs on a disk and we'd have to install it on the
Yes.
computer.
Oh my
Remember those
gosh.
days? Yeah.
Yes.
Well, now that you don't do that stuff anymore. It's all on the web, or it's an app that gets downloaded that's, and it's all through the internet. We have the speed now where we're actually able to instantaneously download applications that took an hour
Right.
and a half to install on your computer. And
Uh,
a lot of these SaaS platforms that provide functionality and different aspects of business and so forth, you can become an affiliate and you talk them into,
mhm.
make them understand why it's of great value and talk them into getting the service. And then when they sign on and start paying X amount a month, every month you're getting paid, a percentage of that monthly fee, but it doesn't, and that's the best thing, because then it's recurring. You don't have to get new customers. You build up to the number of customers you want, and that commission is going to continue to come in every single month.
Right. Yep.
Yeah. But you can also become an affiliate for individual digital products, courses and programs and things that you can sell out there. And also you can do physical products, which you source somewhere. Although I think that's going to dry up, because most people source that overseas. And with our new wonderful president, he wants to put in 20 to 60% tariffs, which means that all these business owners that source their products, like let's say from China, and then they sell it on Amazon for a markup, now they have to pay 60% more. Yes, we are. Tariffs do not charge the company. Tariffs do not charge the country of origin. It charges the small business owner that is purchasing it from overseas.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So then the small business owner that has sourced a product overseas and is selling that product, let's say they source it, some widget for $5 and they sell it for $25. Okay, now they're going to have to charge you more. So the cost of things, have you looked at any of your shirts lately? Where was it made?
Not here.
Not here,
Not here.
Do you check your shoes? How about that iPhone?
Right? Yeah,
You
no.
know,
No, yep.
the iPhone parts and everything, it's not made in Cupertino, folks, and it's not just China. It might be a smaller tariff they put on, say, Korea or South Vietnam,
Exactly.
Japan, but it's going to be, 20 to 60%, and most of that is going to be passed on to the consumer. Yeah. Anyway,
Yeah.
went off on a
I
tangent there with a little
so
bit of.
you made me think of something. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
good.
I started to giggle. It and it's not related in any way, shape, or form. But you were saying something about, oh, my life sucks. I lost this, I lost that.
Mm-hmm.
And then my mind went to this movie I saw. It's a B-rated Christmas movie. Okay, it might not be really Christmas, but it's called Drop Dead Fred. It is such a great 80s movie.
I
And
love 80s movies.
this girl is losing everything until the judge says, "Oh, and now you've lost your job." And it's so funny. It's a great movie. It's a funny movie. You guys will love it. So, speaking about the 80s, oh my god, you guys got to check out what I just got.
Oh,
I'm so
it's got Phoebe Cates and Carrie Fisher in it. It's got to be
yeah.
good, you know.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yes. It's a great movie. And Drop Dead Fred is so funny. I love him. I wish I had
1991.
him.
It's actually the 90s.
Oh, it's actually the
Oh,
90s. Yeah. Look what I picked up. I'm so weird. Okay, let's see if I can get it in here. The Garbage Pail Kids tarot cards.
I love it. Garbage Pail Kids, tarot cards. They have like almost everything as a deck,
They
you know.
do. Look at
It's
this magician. He's so cute.
oh yeah. See, that would be, you know what that would be good for? Doing readings for teenagers and kids.
Yes, I
Yeah,
agree.
that would be
Oh my
great.
gosh. And
Yes.
strength.
Oh, and real quick, I want to say hi to the folks in the chat so they know we're not ignoring you. We're going to get to
Yes.
questions in the chat and lots of other things a little later in the show. Leslie Bell came in, has a question there. Arpita came in. I think Arpita has a
Hello.
question. Yep. So hi everybody. And by the way, if you're watching, listening to us live, you can put your questions in the chat. Now, they can be two kinds of questions. They could be a life question like we're seeing right now. So you want us to pull cards, you have an issue going on in your life, some situation, career, love, romance, relationships, all that kind of thing. But you could also ask us questions. Actually, there's three. There's that. You can ask us questions in general. How does
Yeah.
tarot work and numerology? And I've always wondered about the death card and what does this mean? And how do you calculate your life path number? And what's a Lenormand deck? And all these different things. You can ask these very specific questions. And if you have a business, that's what the guild is all about. 20 years of helping psychic advisors and tarot readers, numerologists, astrologers, mediums, animal communicators start and grow their business. And that's what we're here. So you can
Yeah.
ask questions all about that. And then the third category is, rather than asking a question about an issue in your life, which is perfectly fine, and we love those, but you can actually ask one of the big questions. Like, are there really aliens? Do ghosts exist? How does the universe work? How does the law of attraction work? You something in the news, something in current events, and we can pull cards on it. We used to call that the psychic spin segment when we
Yeah.
used to pick one thing and pull cards on it. But in the chat, you guys can ask that as a question as well. So yeah, a lot of those I like how the cards are like really colorful in that deck too. Yep, yep. Oh, she's getting Michelle's getting barking.
I am.
But that's okay. We had something going on. We were recording. I just did a show. That's something I wanted to mention was I did a show with Deborah Zackow. Okay, so she is the author of Decode Tarot, her new book, and then 2 years ago her deck came out, Clarity Tarot. And
Yes.
I'm going to be on her show. We just recorded it. It's Growing Your Light with Deborah Zackow. And also she was having issues with uh what was it? Like the platform she uses, like we use Zoom, but other people use these fancy platforms in order to broadcast on YouTube. And she was having trouble with that. And I was showing her how we do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
She's actually going to move her show onto the Psychic Cafe network.
Nice.
Nice.
Yes.
So were recording, and then there was the barking, and like, similar to what's happening right now. But People
Uh,
love that. People love that. That's how they know it's genuine. We're live. It's
right.
it's not some polished video that was, people spent 5 hours doing the cuts and making it look perfect and all this kind of stuff. No, we just do raw, real, live at the time of the recording. We are live right now.
Yes.
You may be watching the archive, but we're
Oh,
live, and you can join us live and ask us questions. Speaking of that, do you want to take some
well,
questions or?
yeah. Well, poor Dan,
But before we do that, yeah, go ahead.
he typed in it's a funny movie. And
Mm-hmm.
then he apparently, because I'm watching on my Echo thing, and one of our dogs, the 200-pound Mastiff Pit
Oh,
Bull, my
wow.
granddaughter's dog,
Mm-hmm.
broke out the back fence, and escaped, and the neighbor found him and brought him in, all within the last 5 minutes.
Wow. And I'm picturing Dan, and he didn't have time to dress, so he's got his bathrobe on and he's running, trying to catch the dog through the neighborhood.
No, the neighbor brought him home.
That's cool. So before we go to questions, though, I did pull a card of the day and a heart of the matter. Heart of the matter is when I shuffled the deck, and then when I cut the deck, the card on the bottom, and I put it like that, so it's the card on the
Yes.
bottom, is the heart of the matter, and then I pull the card of the day off top. And I got today the Wheel of Fortune, or in this deck, it's just wheel, and that's card 10, and the Five of Swords. Really cool combination here. With the Five of Swords, there's the victor in the front, and in the back of the card are some of the losers in some kind of a battle or something. It's actually more evident in the Waite Smith versions of this than this Ciro Marchetti. It's the Grand Lux deck.
Yeah.
But I always tell people, it's like, yeah, you could become the victor, but at what cost? Like, I always say, do you want to be right or do you want to be happy? So what's going on with this combination with the wheel? Of course, that's the Wheel of Fortune, fortune turning in your favor. It's also talking about, how the universe operates on a system of balance and harmony, cycles. And that's really evident in the wheel card. And basically it's saying we must become mindful of our choices if we wish to thrive in this world. you know we have to be aware of the balance. Okay. Sometimes this combination could mean something like a change in circumstances may lead to a challenging situation with others. Another thing it could mean is when good fortune comes into your life, be careful who you trust. You see that, the Wheel of Fortune. So you might have luck with the lottery, or out at the casino or what have you, but look at that Five of Swords. Be
No.
careful. Be careful who you even tell that you
Yeah.
want anything or became successful in anything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Sometimes this combination suggests that events are just out of our control, and fate is at play. Fate is at play.
Now,
So,
see, when I see this
mm-hmm,
combination there, and I'm thinking of the gratitude aspect of it,
mm-hmm,
I see as that wheel is turning and destiny or universe or life is happening to you. Okay.
mm-hmm,
The Five of Swords is there. Life is turning, and you're focused on this one thing that's happening to you. Okay. And it's going crazy, and this one thing is happening, but you're forgetting about these other things that have happened back there. And so if you can stop for just a minute with the sword that was up in his hand, right? And be grateful for all that other stuff that has happened, the sword in his hand that is going on, the action that's going on right now will be easier for you. So as that wheel turns, be grateful for what you've gone through, because that's going to give you the strength to go through what you're going through right now.
Well,
And that's
also,
what that Five of Swords was saying. And that's what I'm getting with the gratitude. Okay. So
okay.
that's what I see with that combination.
Right. And that fits in perfectly with, the actual lesson of the wheel is, what is a wheel? So, you have a hub with spokes, and you have the outer part of the wheel, and that's turning, right?
Mm-hmm.
And in a lot of depictions of the Wheel of Fortune, here, let me see if I can bring up a Wheel of Fortune. Hold on. I'm going to see if I can bring up a typical card here. And so if we look at like a Waite Smith version of it, right? The elements are listed on there, and there's the tetragrammaton, which is
Yeah.
the letters from the Hebrew alphabet for God. And then there's the serpent and Anubis and the Sphinx, these characters on the outside of the wheel. And what's going on is, as the wheel turn, the wheel does not stop turning. It's always turning. And so if you're on the outside of the wheel, you're moving around the wheel, right? But
Yep.
if you move in, like on the I just said it earlier, the you got the hub, the spokes. If you move in on the spokes, to the hub, it's like the eye of a storm. So now you're in the middle, and you can still watch everything happening and the cycles happening, but you're immune to it. And I thought of that because what you said, Michelle, about the gratitude and about the spinning, because if you're aware that you're going up now, and when you hit the the precipice, like the top of the wheel,
Yeah.
if you're aware, if you know that it's going to go down, folks, and as you're
Mhm.
going down towards the bottom, it's going to go up again, right? Because everything's cyclical,
Yep.
then that frees you a lot. You see what I mean? Because you're already aware of what's going to happen beforehand. And that's one of the beauties of of the Wheel of Fortune.
Yes.
Yep, yep, yep. Okay.
Okay.
So other things we wanted to talk about. Okay, here's one big thing I wanted to mention is, you guys all know that we used to simulcast on Blog Talk Radio. And so we had 50 phone lines. It was really cool. Instead of just doing questions in chat, we were simulcasting on YouTube and on radio, and we had the call-in lines. And before we started doing YouTube, it was just that radio. We were, doing live radio, which became internet radio, which became pre-recorded recorded podcasts afterwards, right? Now, you may have been aware that we stopped using Blog Talk because it was like, right, Michelle? It was like every other show, it wouldn't work.
Yeah. Yeah. It was
And
pretty bad.
and we're paying for this service. And I was getting really frustrated with it. Happened all through 2024. In other words, we had 14 years. Blog Talk worked fine. Very few hiccups, a few here and there over the years, but over 14 years, hardly, totally negligible, right? But this last year, starting the last week or two of 2023 and all of 2024, it was on the fritz, then it was working, then it was on the fritz, then it was working. And finally, I was about to make the next payment, And I said, you know what? I can't justify paying for a service that's only working half the time. And when I
Right.
contact, and they used to have a great customer service before they were acquired by another company and then acquired by another company. Anyway, it got really bad. Like the customer service, oh, we're sorry. Our technicians are working on it. Yeah, you've been working on it for a year, lady. You know? So I finally said, that's it. I'm making an executive decision. This is about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, maybe a little longer, but I'm saying around 2 weeks. And I said, that's it. I'm pulling the plug. I'm not paying. I'm not making the payment. I moved all of our old shows, our old audio shows that were, podcasts, what you would call a podcast at that point. I moved them onto Spotify. And then I get an email yesterday, and the email says Blog Talk Radio is going to discontinue service in January 2025.
That's insane.
Is that insane?
That is.
What? So I am more psychic than I let on.
Right.
Because I saw this coming and already had, moved our recordings, made other arrangements for our podcast. We've already been doing YouTube, and most of our, let me not say most, because we have thousands of shows,
Yeah.
but many, many hundreds of them are on our YouTube channel.
Mm-hmm.
So we're saved. But think about the thousands of people, the thousands of creators and show hosts and so forth, the thousands of shows out there on Blog Talk, let's just say. And
Exactly.
they had not a clue. Literally woke up yesterday, got that email, and now they have to scramble to figure out what they're going to do with their podcast, where they're going to move them to, how they're going to continue to create their podcasts. They're going to have to move to Spreaker or Spotify. They're going to have to get other platforms to allow them to record them and so forth. We're doing it obviously through Zoom onto YouTube, and we can take out the audio and make it a podcast very easily. So it's not a big deal. We're in a good position. We're not going anywhere, folks, but Blog Talk is going bye-bye. And I just think I got that yesterday, and I was like, I am so glad that I canceled that service.
Yes.
So
Me too. That's a
that's what we're
smart
doing
thing.
going forward. That's what we're doing. We're looking at different aspects. There is the possibility of folks being able to call in on Zoom, because Zoom does have phone lines. There's phone
Yep.
lines, actually local lines in every major city across the planet for Zoom. And also, of course, we can just give a link and you can pop in with your camera and microphone on your computer. So we're thinking of possibly doing that. However, we do, since Blog Talk's been on the fritz, we have preferred doing what we're doing right now, talking to you all in chat here on YouTube.
Yep.
Yep. Now, speaking of that, we're almost monetized, but until we get monetized, we are still doing the coffee page. And I got a new banner for you. Check that one out. Grab us a cup of coffee at psychic.cafe/coffee.
Unless you want to donate to Mystic Corner. Now, if you want to donate to Michelle's Mystic Corner, then I have not set up my pay card on my Mystic Corner yet.
Oh, they can do it through your page, though. They can
But
send it
yeah,
out.
you can go to psychic.cafe/Michelle and you can donate there. So feel free to donate to me at psychic.cafe/Michelle if you want to.
There it is.
That is not nothing you have to do. Only if you like the show and want to contribute.
And
So
you can book a reading there with her as well.
absolutely. Or a numerology
Now,
report.
yeah, you might want a numerology report. And there's how you do the URL for the coffee, psychic.cafe/coffee. And Dan is putting it in the chat there as we speak. As we speak. Yay. I
Okay.
just wanted to announce that really quick. And oh,
Yes.
by the way, while I have the URL up right here, that's the URL that'll take you to our new website, Psychic Cafe. So Psychic Cafe is not just our network, our channel here on YouTube, what you guys are used to. It's actually a whole platform similar to Facebook. It's like social media.
Hmm.
It has all the features of Facebook, but it's all psychic stuff all the time and none of the,
Yeah.
and it's free to join. Come over and join Psychic Cafe. Yay. So what was the first question in chat? It
So
was
the first
Leslie.
question I saw was from Leslie Bell,
Mm-hmm.
and I think it's she. I can't see the picture.
I think it's a guy.
Yeah, maybe it's a really small. Okay, he, sorry, says, I will be working on my performance evaluation in a few weeks. Will you see a good evaluation with a contract for the 2025 academic year at my college institution? So the first two cards I drew is the sun and the star, and both are yes cards. Both are saying this is great. This is absolutely going to happen. I also drew the letter card, which indicates that there is some form of written communication coming to you. Um, and it's gonna have, I got the crossroads, or in this case, it's the stairwell, but it's about choices. So, this letter, this written form of communication, whether it's email, text, whatever, it is going to give you choices. And either door, either which way you go, it looks like either one is going to be beneficial. As you can see, both are great views. So it's just a matter of which one is going to be more emotionally fulfilling. So it looks like it is going to be a yes for you. And so that's what I have for you.
Awesome. Yeah, the next one was hope that helped you out, Leslie. And
Yeah.
Leslie is subscribed to the channel. So
Yes.
I wanted to thank you for that and also ask all the rest of you subscribe to the channel. We need subscriptions and likes on the videos. If you could please like, we appreciate it. Also, we have a lot of great stuff on our YouTube channel. So there's workshops and all kinds of things you can watch. Go and check them out. Hit the like button, watch through the whole thing, and that adds to our public watch views or whatever it's called. And we have to get to 3,000 in order to get monetized. And we would appreciate it if you help us out. Anna came in as well. I already pulled cards for Arpita's question. Is
Okay.
there any new start in career that can happen for me in December? And then I think Anna has a question. So
Right.
maybe you can start on that one. And what I got for Arpita is I got 3 yeses and 2 nos. And this is the thing. The 3 yeses are all major arcana cards. The Hierophant and the High Priestess, which is letting you know to, trust your own intuition on this. And the Star card, which is saying, yes, there is hope. There is hope for this happening, starting a new career. And they're major arcana cards. So it's a little bit stronger than the typical maybe yes. It's a little, it's not 4 yeses, 5 yeses, where it's a big obvious yes, but it's leaning in that direction. It could still go either way in December for you, Arpita. But if you focus on your own intuition here, and Michelle, I just, I just wanted to like get a little frame that we can put in as our our
Oh, like
thumbnail.
this.
Yeah. Wait, you got another card? Let me do the star card.
Do I have another card?
Yeah, just any card.
Ooh,
And
ooh, any card will do. Any card will do. Ooh, I got the moon card.
yep. See, everybody out there in the audience is like, what the hell are they doing? We are setting up our thumbnail. We're supposed to start doing that before the show starts. And I keep forgetting to ask, because there's so many things to set up for these shows.
There
And,
really
and then
is.
when we're in the green room and we're already recording, but we haven't gone live yet, that's when we're supposed to be doing the card thing. And I keep forgetting every show to do that, Michelle.
Yep.
But yeah, it's a stronger leaning that direction, right? The Hierophant and the High Priestess both suggest, you know, this is how should I put it? So the Hierophant is foundation and um the establishment, how things are normally done. Um and I can it's almost like a hermit situation with this guy where like I think that you can talk to somebody, a male mentor and or a female mentor, because I got the Queen of Swords, which is simultaneously telling you to go at this analytically, right? And get help from a mentor, um getting this career going, this new something in December. And then lastly, I'm going to tell you about the Seven of Cups, which suggests that there's actually a lot of options out there for you, and you're just not seeing them all. But there's also this other layer to it of fantasy. I feel like you, how do I describe it, Michelle? It's like, I feel like Arpita has a fantasy around the career and or job where
Right. A
it
high expectation of what
yeah
she wants.
and it doesn't even have to be high expectation. It can actually be the opposite. It could be low
Yeah.
expectation, but the point is there's an
A prepared
expectation.
outcome.
There's an expectation. Arpita is like, well, I've always worked in this kind of job for this kind of company, doing this kind of career, and I can't do anything else.
So
It's like having
yeah.
blinders on. So the hint there with that card from the tarot is you need to take the blinders off and you need
Yep.
to step outside of your comfort zone and look at other possibilities.
Yes.
What's the next question out there, Michelle?
So Anna's question is, I am waiting for a phone call or a text message from my male friend. How soon can it arrive? So for this one, the first card I got is the cross, which means you are really holding on to this and really struggling with this, but you need to continue to be patient. I got the mice and the fish. So both of these characters are very busy characters, okay? The mice normally indicate a depletion, and fish normally indicate resources. However, with these two, they are quick acting, but they stick to what they're doing until they get their job done. So, although I can't tell you necessarily how soon he is going to call, he is working on a project and he needs to get it finished. So, you need to hold on to your patience because he is going to call, but it might take a little bit of time. Okay. Because he is just doing his thing right now. And he is just knee deep in what he is doing. He's very
Mm.
focused. So let him get finished and then he'll give you his call. Okay? And so I hope that's helpful for you.
Awesome, awesome. And Anna subscribed. Yay.
Oh,
Thanks for
thank you, Anna.
subscribing.
Anne, not Anna. I'm sorry, Anne.
Oh yeah, and I keep saying Anna too. I don't know why. I'm just there's no other A at the end there, but
I know.
so Anne says, do you mean like months or weeks? Mm. I think Michelle's gonna pull more cards on that, Anne.
I got the fish card again. I'm gonna say within a couple of weeks,
Let me
because
pull it.
I got I
Let me pull a
shuffled.
timing card.
I just shuffled and look, I got the same two of the exact same cards with the gentleman.
So this again, a message she's waiting for, or a text, or a phone call, or something from a male.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let me pull a timing card.
All right.
Okay, so three. I'm getting 3 days to 3 weeks. It's
That's
de-
what
it's definitely not months. It's not
it's not months.
not 3 months, but it could be as quick as 3 days or 3 months.
I was thinking up to
I'm
three
sorry, or three
weeks.
or 3 weeks. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
I misspoke. I misspoke. Definitely not months. It's
No.
I
Mm-mm.
I don't know
This
why, but
card indicates weeks.
yeah, I was just gonna say that I don't know why, but I'm leaning towards weeks, so 3 weeks. But I still feel it could happen as quickly as 3 days. But
Right.
I really think, honestly, the gut instinct is the 3 weeks, and then you got the weeks card, and
Well,
then
and
he's showing up as the Knight of Wands,
yeah. Yeah. See, he's showing up as
the guy.
the guy.
Yeah.
And then if you notice, like this will be week one,
Mm.
and then this will be like week two, and then week three may not even be a full week.
Oh, and Deborah, before we started recording the show yesterday, she had out her Chiro Learnamon,
Oh,
and she said, "Yeah, always make sure they get the expanded one." I'm like, "Yeah, that's the one Michelle has." And so it
mm-hmm.
has the two guys instead of the one guy, and on all
Yes.
those extra cards. Like I love the dice one.
Yes, my Gambo card.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. And that particular guy, I always say that's the gay guy,
Right.
with the shirt open. And
Yes. My Fabio
and
guy.
Anne says, "Thank you so much. Thank you both."
Oh, you're
Yay.
so welcome.
Yes, yes, yes. So, we are waiting for more questions if there's anybody else out there, and then we'll start winding down the show here.
Yeah.
But I wanted to let everybody know, besides the coffee page, we are celebrating 20 years of the Tarot Guild. Like we said, you can join our new platform, Psychic.cafe, free. But there's our new logo with the 20 years, the Tarot Guild. I just love that. Oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
Celebrating 20 years. And we knew we had to do something special. So we brought back lifetime membership. So membership in the guild for all of those, tarot readers and psychic mediums and animal communicators and astrologers and numerologists that want to join a professionals organization. We normally charge $7.80 a month, $7.80 a month, or $78 for the year. You save a couple of payments. And every year it renews, $78 each year it renews, or every month it's $7.80, kind of like a Netflix
Yeah.
subscription. And but we had lifetime membership, which went away. But for the anniversary, we decided to bring it back, and it's $78 one payment. Yes, not annually. You pay $78 a month, and you're a member for life. You get lifetime mentoring and coaching, all of our Q&A sessions, discussions, trainings, workshops that we do on a monthly basis. We do 2 coaching calls twice a month. My tarot and numerology course called Tarot by the Numbers $299 course we're including free. And if you want to get your professional certification, normally $138 per level, it's free as well. You go to psychic.cafe/20 years. It's not 20 spelled out, it's 20. Okay, 20. So psychic.cafe/20 years or 20 years. And that'll take you right over there and snatch this up. It's going away, Michelle, I think next week.
Mm-hmm.
What I'm looking at is perhaps your show next Saturday.
Yeah.
Next Saturday. I think we'll keep it through next Saturday because the holiday season is coming up. Thanksgiving's coming up and Black Friday. We always do a sale for Black Friday.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. And so you still might be able to get the lifetime membership for a little bit longer than when this anniversary sale ends, but it's not going to be $78.
Right.
It's going to
Yeah.
be, it's
Get
going
it
to
while you can.
get it while you can at 78 because it's going to go up to like 2 payments of 78 or 3 payments of 78, which is still it's still a steal.
It really is.
Yeah, because it's
It
normally
really, really
$78.
is.
It's normally $78 every year. You only have to pay it once. And then also you get all of the ongoing trainings, workshops, everything along those lines. I do want to mention something, now that I especially thought of this because of Deborah bringing her show growing your light over to the network. I was gonna say we should promote more for folks to come and join as a host.
That would be a really good idea.
Yeah, for 2025, if you thought of doing your own show or being a co-host on our shows, you can do either one. Just like Deborah decided to move over to our network because we do all the technical stuff for you and all the promotion and everything, and you just show up and do your show. We do the banner images, we do everything. And another reason I wanted to bring this up, Michelle, is because we have a new system. We used to charge by the show. Now we don't charge by the show anymore. We charge by the host. And it's what it's doing is it's making things very, very much simpler, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's making it more affordable. So what the new deal is, and you can read about things, all the different possibilities by going to psychic.cafe/hosting. Let me put that in the chat. Hosting. There we go. Psychic.cafe/hosting. And this is the deal. We're charging by host now, and we're making it a lot more affordable. So it is a flat $37 a month. Now, what do you get with that? Well, you get the hosting package, being able to be a host on the network. You can join us on the network a couple of different ways. You can have a custom show like Michelle's show that we're doing right now. Michelle's Mystic Corner. It has its own specific days and time and its own banner and all that kind of stuff, right, Michelle?
Yep.
Then we have our
Sorry, I am excited.
And then we have our Psychic Cafe live shows. Psychic Cafe Live. And that's when you come on, and Michelle does this too. During the week, I do these shows different times, different days, and you can pop on and promote yourself and your business and come on and do mini readings with us and chit chat about tarot and Lenormand and numerology and psychic development and anything that you want to chat about, and become what's it called, a regular co-host.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
And included with this is everything I was just discussing about with the guild and Psychic Cafe. So you get your own custom like mini website on our website. So if you don't have one yet, you don't need one. But if you do, that's okay. You're getting an extra one with a whole bunch of other people on a bigger site. And then the Tarot Guild, remember the lifetime membership? Your membership and all the stuff you get with your membership, including my course, including your certification, it's all included with the $37 a month host fee. So, and it's everybody's telling me that, you're giving away the farm, Dax. It's like that is too inexpensive, too cheap. And yes, in 2025, it's probably going to go up. It's probably going to go up to 47, and then eventually it's going to go up to 67 a month. Lock it in right now at $37. Because another thing we're going to be doing next year is, remember I was talking about your website that you may not have yet? If you want your own personal website, we're going to build websites for all of our members, and the hosting is included in that fee. So no separate hosting fee or anything like that. So you're going to get a website, you're going to get your certification, membership in the Tarot Guild, and promote your business here on the network, Psychic Cafe, all
You
for
know,
$37 a month.
yeah, and I'm sitting here like all excited because I just got some really exciting thing that just happened. Okay. But before I share what just happened,
Mm-hmm.
this would have never have happened had I not joined the Tarot Guild to begin with. And then I joined the Tarot Guild. I got in on a sale. I got in on it was a $99 lifetime sale, right? And at first I was like, oh, okay, big deal. I joined the Tarot Guild. But I really started looking around and I was like, oh, this is really awesome. And then I got my certificate and then I started doing the lives. And that was really scary, because here I am, this little, feel like, oh, I'm just a little nobody, right? um, and now, I have my own show, which obviously, right? So, have you ever heard of StarCon?
Oh,
STAARCON?
yeah.
Okay.
Certified Tarot Grandmaster Christiana Gaudet. That's her
Yes.
project. Love
Yes.
Christiana. Actually, everybody loves Christiana.
Okay, I'm going to pull up my phone. It's a really bad view.
Okay. I love your picture, by the way.
Thank you.
Have you been called to learn Amand, or as we call it, Lenny's?
Yep. And look at that top part. StarCon 5.
Yay! Congratulations.
This would have never happened if I had not joined and had the support of the Tarot Guild and Dax and Pamela Steele. I love Pamela and Maria G. Moss and Ellie and Charlotte, and my husband. I got to give him all the credit. He's number one. But the support, like, this is huge for me. And joining this group has
Oh,
helped me
huge.
come such a long way. Now I'll be presenting virtually, but I'm still presenting. So, hey, if I can do it, you guys can do it. Absolutely.
Right. And then one of the other presenters, Pamela Steele, is a staff member on the Tarot Guild, and
Yep.
she's on these shows as well. She's on the network. And then we have people like, you're talking about, how you started down here, like brand new, and you've gone so far up. But then also, we have people who have been doing really great on their own, really. I mean,
Yeah.
like Deborah Zachow, who has her own deck, her own book, her own channel on YouTube. but even she sees the benefit and is coming over to Psychic Cafe.
Right. Right.
Yeah, absolutely. That's just congratulations again, because it
Thank
just
you.
it boggles my
Thank
mind.
you.
And other folks that have been involved with the Tarot Guild for years and years and years, like Cooch Daniels, who's also a famous tarot author.
And
She's
she's
gonna
going to be
she's
there.
gonna be presenting at StarCon as well.
Yes. Roxy Sims is
And
going to be
Roxy Sim,
presenting.
another Tarot
Yes.
Guild person. Yeah, I mean
Yes.
it's like the Tarot Guild. We need to start doing our own StarCon.
I know.
I don't know what we would call it per se, necessarily.
Right. That just made my whole day. My picture just showed up.
Right, right. Yep. So, one last caveat, because some folks were asking me about, doing their own custom show. How can I do that? I mean, how can I, like Psyche Cafe, afford
Yeah.
to do it this way? Well, what we did again, we simplified things because it was extremely complicated. It was depending on if you did a show once a month, twice a month, once a week, how many hosts you had on. It was just very, very, very complicated. Now we've made it really, really simple and affordable. It's $37 a month to be a host on the network. And of course, you get everything else included. Now, so how do we do the custom shows? So the way the custom shows work now that we don't charge per show is that we require a minimum of 2 hosts, preferably 3 hosts per show. And so, and by the way, 3 hosts at $37 a month comes out to 111, which is the angel number 111. I just love it.
Yes.
Also, when I was talking to Deborah yesterday, Deborah Zachow, she pointed out that, well, do you know a year of being a host on the network would be $444, $37 over 12 months. And I said, that is really cool. I didn't, and I always think monthly and not annually, but she likes to pay things annually. And so in her mind, she goes right to, oh, well, that'll be $444, and so that's what, she wants to pay it like that. But remember, I said it was going to go up in 2025, Michelle.
Mm-hmm.
But I think what we'll do is you could still get it at $37 a month. We'll give a discount if you pay $444. Otherwise,
Yeah.
be $47 a month starting around the beginning of next year after the
There
holiday.
you go. Yeah.
But right now, you can get it locked in. If you want to pay monthly, you can get it locked in at 37. But if you're going to do a custom show with your own, like Michelle does, with a custom name to the show, custom banners we make up for you. Every time you have a guest, we make a special banner with you and your guest on it, and all that kind of thing. We're requiring preferably that you have at least 2, preferably 3 hosts. So you and 2 co-hosts, or you and a co-host. Now, that said, if you really, really want to do a solo show on the network and it's just you, see, the reason why we recommend 3, 2 or 3 is logistics. It just, over the last 15 years of doing this, we realized that it's a better dynamic when you have a sounding board, you have another co-host, another host to bounce things off of. Shows just sound better and look better and run better and everything when you have 2 or 3 hosts on, or 4. That'd be the absolute max, I think, though. You don't want to have too many hosts at once. But it works a lot better. It works a lot better. But if you really want to do a show and it's just you here and no co-host, is Jane Tarot by Jane, and it's just her, your show, you still can do that. You just have to pay for an extra membership.
Yeah.
You have to pay $237 because that's the minimum is two, like we said, two or three. So
That's what I do.
yeah, so it's better. It's actually better to go grab let's say you want to start an astrology show, and I always use that example. Why, Michelle? We need an astrology show on
We
the
really
network.
do.
We need it so
We
bad.
do.
And a pet communication,
Yeah.
animal communication, pet psychic, I call it. Um,
And
so if you are an astrologer and you want to start an astrology show, Astrology Today with Jane, you know, grab a friend that also does astrology. You pay 37, they pay 37, and then it's completely affordable to do a custom show. And if you want to get a third astrologer, have three of you on there is even better. That's even better. But if you do want to do your
and
own show, you just pay two payments of 37. In other words, it's going to be $74 a month.
yep.
Yep.
And
So
I
yeah.
and I am taking applications for a co-host, not a permanent co-host. I'm going to do different co-hosts. That's why I do my solo shows so that I can do different co-hosts whenever I want.
Mhm.
And so I'm going to, just hit me up, message me, and if you want to appear on the show, message me and we can chit chat on the show.
Right.
Absolutely. That would be
Right.
so much fun.
Because
So,
I've been on here guest co-hosting since the beginning of Michelle's Mystic Corner.
yeah, and I'd love to open it up.
I would like to take a break and let somebody else play with Michelle on her show.
I and I don't mind going solo. That would be fun.
Mhm.
I would just like to open it up. Maybe Charlotte would like to come on sometime, hang out with me. Maybe somebody in chat, maybe a member,
Or Pamela
and
or Ellie.
Pamela. Anybody that wants to co-host Dan
We
when
should
you're not busy.
I know I kept saying Dan, but it's just logistically
It's hard.
you guys would have to figure it out in order for Dan to be available at the same time as you.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know.
we'd need.
But now Ellie, she was on coming on our Thursday shows, and we've moved the shows on the weekdays to like earlier. And so it's almost impossible for her to get from work all the way home to do a show on Thursday with us. So we've discontinued that. We do Monday and Wednesday. I may start adding Friday shows, but it might be day because
Yeah.
I did one yesterday during the day, which
Yep.
it wasn't live. It was recorded, for Deborah's show.
Yeah.
I was the guest on her show. Um, so yeah, uh we should try to get Ellie on maybe on a weekend show or something to pop on here and there
Yes.
as a guest co-host. We do have another question from
Oh, yeah.
Jalen. I'm
Jalen.
I'm just gonna say Jay because I said Jay early. And I have a job interview this coming Friday. Can you tell me if I will get the job? Okay, so when I do it as a yes, no, I'm getting the Hermit card, a major arcana card, big fat yes. I'm getting the Death card, and that's card 13, and it's a big fat yes. And then I'm getting two kings and the Nine of Wands, and those are no's. So I'm getting it's leaning no, but it's not a strong no. You could still maybe turn things around. But it looks like these two kings, I don't know if it's talking about the decision makers or your competition are showing up here. But the Nine of Wands suggests that you have all the skills and abilities to do this, right? And it might just be as simple as getting a mentor, or somebody that knows this company or this job or the career or something that can give you hints at how to possibly get pushed to the top of the list kind of thing. Or maybe this could be the person making the decision, the powers that be at the company, and it might be suggesting you need to get in contact with them and, say, like, if you did an interview, thank you for, do the thank yous. Thank you for interviewing me. I'm really excited about the potential of doing this position, blah, 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 kind of thing.
And
And,
yeah.
and the death card does suggest, one, it doesn't mean no. And, in fact, it's a yes card. All the major arcanas are yes, the way I do yes nos. But it's one door closes, another door opens. It's transition. So you might be in a transition point right now where maybe, maybe you don't, necessarily get this job, but another one comes along right after that. Or it could be hinting that you will, in fact, make the transition into this job, So it's leaning no, but like I always say, whether it's leaning yes or no, when it's 3 yeses or nos, 2 yeses or nos, that combination, it could go either way.
Well,
And so if there's any effort that you can put in to push things the other direction is what needs to be done.
yeah.
If you just sit there and wait for the answer, it might not be what you're looking for.
Hmm.
Yep.
Well, and I drew a couple of cards
Oh,
too, and
good.
I got the rider and the key. So I feel like if you want this job, you need to go in with a passion, because that's what the writer is about
Oh,
passion,
yeah.
going in as if you've already got this job,
Mm-hmm.
but you need to unlock something about this job. And that kind of goes with his hermit card, right? Because my favorite thing about interviews is when they say, "Do you have any questions?" And most people will go, no. But companies want you to say yes. So ask a question, because that's what they want. They want to know you've done the research about their company, and they want to know that you want to know something about the job you're about to take, because that shows the passion and initiation of the writer.
Mm.
So that's my added for you.
Awesome. Thanks for adding that in. And also, Derek just came in. So back to the career question I had the other day. So Derek was on the other day and we pulled some cards for this, right? But he just got fired.
Oh,
So now it's a new question. And so he needs to follow up. Will I get a promising job that will pay what I need?
all right.
All righty.
Okay. So I have the mountain, the
Mm.
ship, and then I have the magnifying glass. Okay. So with these three cards, I am seeing that it is going to be a battle. Okay. There's going to be some hurdles for you to climb over. But once you get over those obstacles, it's going to be fine. You may even have to travel a little bit in the new position. But if you scrutinize every bit of situation, every bit of all the different jobs, even the ones you wouldn't ordinarily take, really put it under the magnifying glass. Look for something that might be new. Um, you're going to get over that hump. You're going to get over this stage of joblessness. And like I said, it may include travel, it may include moving to a different city or state, possibly, but put it under that magnifying glass and really put your feet down and hit that pavement running, and you're bound to find something, okay? So good luck with
Awesome.
that.
And also, because I read for him the last time he had the question, what came up was we were I don't know, some reason I hit on coding as a career
That's
direction.
right.
You remember that?
Yes.
Now,
Yes.
but look at the card that I got though. I got the 9 of coins, the self-made person, the entrepreneur.
Yep.
So to piggyback on what Michelle was just saying, the cards seem to be hinting, Derek, that you need to take your skills and abilities and you need to create your own job instead of like
Yep.
looking for the next job where you work for somebody else and make them rich, you know, because aspects of that came out with the last readings, you
Yeah.
know, on the last show that we read for you on. And you already have certain skills, abilities. You can get additional ones, whether it's coding, whether it's building websites, like I suggested, things like that, where you can start your own firm and you make things, or SaaS again, you know, software as a service, where you provide these skills and abilities, these services, what have you, for business owners and such, you know, whether it's building them a website or setting them up with SaaS solutions or what have you, and making, you know, commissions or money um, off that as your own business. That's what that card is suggesting. Yep, 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 yep. So I think that's it. It's already 1:30. We've gone.
Wow. Yeah.
Oh, and Derek said, I'm good for travel coding. Yep.
Awesome.
Awesome. Well, we're gonna get out of here.
Yes.
Great show. Great show. Love the abundance part.
Yes.
And your next show is next Saturday.
Yes. And we're just gonna, I don't know yet. We're gonna talk about Thanksgiving. That's it.
Yep. I do want to mention that tomorrow is the return of the angelic view.
Yay.
We've waited all this time. Maria G. Moss is coming back with her co-host, Ginger. It's going to be an exciting season because she has this new co-host and they're going to be fabulous. Fabulous, fabulous, fabulous.
Awesome.
Yep. And then of course, Michelle, you know, Michelle will be back. Um, let me pop up next next Saturday, which is the 23rd. And maybe we just do, you know, we used to call it an open lines when we had the phone lines, an open line show,
Yep.
you know, just do a show where whatever topic comes up, we chat about, you know, and
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's what we'll do.
that's because you're still waiting to get your co-host. Not
Yeah.
co-host. I'm sorry.
My
Rewind.
interview.
Your
Yeah.
interview guest set up and everything. We were supposed to do that next week, but
It's been crazy.
and we haven't had time to promote it at all. You know,
No.
I have not. I have not. I've been too busy with all the holidays and things happening and getting ready for things and doing things and setting up a lot of new members and everybody getting certified. And oh my God, running me
Right?
ragged.
It's been crazy. Crazy busy.
Yep. And our next Psychic Cafe live show will be on Monday. And hopefully Charlotte will be joining me. And if you can pop in, Michelle, feel free.
All right.
Right. And
I
then
will try.
I also wanted to mention uh our next live Q&A discussion. We've changed it. We've changed the name to Psychic Cafe Coffee Social, the second and fourth Sundays of the month. And it's still the same thing. It's a live discussion, open discussion about whatever you want to talk about. Questions about tarot and numerology, questions about the guild, questions about getting certified, questions about starting and growing your business, or just general stuff about tarot and learn and numerology and animal communication and Reiki and hypnosis and crystals and all the things that we cover. And also about our Psychic Cafe website, you know, how you can have your own custom pages and buy links and how I can create a banner image for you and set everything up and custom URL and all that kind of thing, and how to navigate the website, use all the features. I can share my screen and show you how to use all that. Plus, we can just hang out with our cup of coffee or tea and our decks and our books and, chat about cards.
Yes, absolutely.
I was looking at, and I really liked my banner. You guys remember the old white banner, and it had question marks over it
Hmm.
in the background, and it talked about, live Zoom Q&A and discussion, but it just sounded so generic and boring. I was like, no, we need a psychic cafe coffee social the second and fourth Sundays. So the next one will be on the 24th, and I will pop the URL in the chat. As always, it's still psychic.cafe/Zoom for information on that. And of course, don't forget that anniversary sale.
Yes.
Yes, go over to Psychic Cafe/20 years. So, it depends. If you just want to take advantage of everything you get with the membership and my course and certification and everything you get joining Psychic Cafe and all of that for one payment of $78 for life. Or the other option is becoming a host on the network, and you get all of that included for $37 a month. There
Yep.
you go. Well, thanks for having me on, Michelle. This was a lot of
Yeah,
fun.
thank you. Thanks everybody for being here.
Yeah, yeah. And who knows? Maybe by next Saturday, we will get Ellie or Pamela or someone to join you, and you guys can just run with it. I
Yeah.
could be in the chat just giving you questions or stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, and
Uh,
Ellie and I can sit and chit chat about all our debts.
That would be a great show.
I'm trying to compete with her, but she
Yeah.
has a lot more decks than I
You
do.
should you should message her after the show. You should message her, and she responds. She does on Facebook, but I think faster on Instagram. Shoot her a
Yeah.
message on Instagram and suggest that you could do Decamania
Yes, I love it. I
next
love it.
Saturday. Yeah.
I'm gonna
So
email her.
bye for now,
Bye,
everybody.
everybody.
I'll see you all tomorrow on the Angelic View. I'm actually going to be in the background producing.
Cool.
So I'll see you in chat tomorrow.
Bye, guys. Thank you.